Alright guys, Gaz here on MUFC Daily for Full Time Devils. Now I know we bring you these videos every single morning, bringing you the latest Man United news on the channel, but from now on we are going to be moving these to Periscope, which is great because it means we'll be doing these videos live and you can interact with them live. Follow us on Twitter, go and find us on Periscope as well at FullTimeDEVILS, and you will be kept up to date with when we post the videos. You obviously don't have to watch them live, you can watch them a little bit later as well, but doing them live means that you can actually interact with us and ask us questions while we're doing the video, which is great. We're starting that tomorrow. Right, let's get into it and talk about all the latest Man United news, and let's start with something that the Mirror are reporting. They are reporting that we've opened talks with Aubameyang, of course, the Dortmund striker. Apparently, we're willing to offer £60 million for the lad and make him the most famous African footballer of all time. I think he'd be up there if he joined Man United and did well, let's face it, especially if he joined Man United and, well, got us back to where we should be, really, towards the top of the Premier League. He'd definitely be one of the most famous African footballers in the world ever, really. The only thing that I've noticed when reading this story is there's absolutely no sources. It just feels a bit lazy, to be honest. It feels like they've not done any actual investigating into this and have just penned the article on a whim. So I wouldn't really trust it too much, but Aubameyang definitely is the type of player that I think Man United will be going for in the summer. Let's move on to something else we will be doing in the summer, and that is an 8-day tour of China. Man United will be going China for 8 days at the end of July, and we will be playing Manchester City, so that will be quite exciting. We played Liverpool, of course, didn't we, in pre-season before this season and beat them, so it'll be exciting to play Manchester City in China as well and see a stadium full of red. That is always great. The reason it's only 8 days is because obviously we've got Euro 2016, so we're going to have to give the players a bit of a rest after that, and the players need to be back in time for Wayne Rooney's testimonial. What a diva, eh? But yeah, 8-day tour of China for the Reds this summer. And now on to the Sun, who are causing trouble in my opinion with this story. They've basically spoken about the China trip and spoken about the 3-page document that we put out about the China trip, and they've said that it means something that we've not mentioned Louis van Gaal in it. Why would we mention Louis van Gaal in a document about China? It's not like he's a massive name in China, is it? You know what I mean? We're not going to mention him. It doesn't mean anything, but I think we all do know that he's leaving anyway, to be honest. So I don't think really the document, there's anything to look into in that, but I do think he's going to be leaving in the summer anyway. Right, moving on from that. The reason I hate talking about transfers on these daily videos is because it's always the same names, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's always me just talking about the same old names that we're linked with and probably never going to buy. But today it's a little bit refreshing because we've got someone new. Don't know if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, probably am. But Koulibaly, who is a French centre-half currently playing for Napoli. Apparently we and Bayern Munich are in for him, and apparently he's got an £8 million release clause. The Glazers probably absolutely buzzing that they might be able to save a little bit of dosh there. But yeah, £8 million release clause apparently for Koulibaly, and apparently we could be going in for him, or so say Sport Witness. We also now have an official date for the FA Cup quarter-final replay against West Ham. It's going to be on April the 13th, Wednesday, April the 13th, with a 7 p.m. kickoff. I know, that's a bit weird. Also, this is going to be the last FA Cup game at Upton Park, which, no matter what you think about West Ham, it's a pretty historic stadium. And yeah, I guess we'll miss it, but they're going to be playing in the Olympic Stadium next year, and hopefully not in the Champions League. Although I get a sneaky feeling they may well pip it, actually. But yeah, guys, that has been MUFC Daily. Don't forget, we are moving these to Periscope from now on. We're going to be doing MUFC Daily live. Yeah, that sounds not as epic as I intended it to. So you all get to have your comments while we're doing the video from now on. So go and find us on Periscope. Go and find us on Twitter as well, where we will be posting the link. Guys, get your comments in below about what I've spoken about today. Talk to me about Aubameyang. Do you believe it? Do you think we're going to go for him? Do you think we could get him? Talk to me about the tour of China. Maybe you're in China and looking forward to seeing Man United play. Talk to me about Koulibaly. Do you rate him more than me? Let's face it, Napoli are the hipster's choice at the minute from Dortmund, Atletico. I'd say that Napoli are now the hipster's choice of football clubs, so I'm sure there's loads of footy hipsters there who know loads about Napoli, who can tell me about Koulibaly, whether we should get him. And the FA Cup quarter-final, can we do it? April the 13th is when we play West Ham. Guys, this has been MUFC Daily. I've been Gaz. See you in a bit.
It's international break this week, which means that City fans have to wait until next weekend before they can get the derby defeat out of their system. Ha ha!